parole in place for someone with final order of removal? Is it possible? We finally have Federal Register text, and I can answer this question for you. First of all, the new Biden parole program differentiates or makes a difference between certain groups of immigrants, what we as lawyers consider to be in removal proceedings. Those who are actively in removal proceedings and those who already have a final order of removal. The rules state now that if you are in removal proceedings currently and do not have a final order of removal, you are eligible for parole in place, and the fact that you're in removal proceedings does not disqualify you from parole in place. However, if you already have an order of removal and it has not been executed, it means that you received that order of removal but you never departed the United States. Presumably, you are not qualified for parole in place, but you can still apply. And if you overcome the presumption, if you can show certain factors that USCIS says they will take into consideration, then they may still grant your application. So now it means that you will have to do a harder job to get that parole in place if you already have a final order of removal. But what is that USCIS is going to be looking for to grant such a request? According to the rules, again, they will be looking for certain factors. Why you ended up in removal proceedings? Why the judge entered the removal order against you? Did you receive a proper notice? Was your lawyer effective? Other factors: inability to understand the proceedings, or your status as a victim of domestic violence, or some other factors that prevented you from effectively representing yourself in those removal proceedings. All that will be taken into consideration by USCIS if you already have a final order of removal. But what's going to happen next? Let's say USCIS grants your parole in place and you already have a final order of removal. Now you will be able to file a motion to reopen the proceedings that resulted in final order of removal, and if the motion to reopen is granted, you will be free from that deportation or removal order, and of course you will be able to get that green card or just your status in the United States.